Let's take a look at the RXi console itself. The RXi console has 3 cables on it. The power cable, which supplies the unit with power. The second cable brings the patient's aortic pressure into the console for FFR calculation. So then we can see the pressure waveforms of the patient on the system. The third cable is actually for exporting the Navvus catheter pressure into the cath lab hemodynamic system. This becomes important when the cath lab hemo system has the FFR software. Across the top of our system is the status bar, and it tells us exactly what step needs to be done next to move on into the FFR procedure. The PA value, this is the mean arterial pressure of the patient. The PD is the mean distal coronary pressure. The PD-PA ratio, often referred to as the resting gradient, is best utilized when equalizing pressures. When equalizing, the PD-PA ratio should be 1, meaning there's a 1-to-1 relationship between the pressures. When recording, the RXi console will track the pressure gradients, calculate the FFR, and display the value here under FFR. Working around the screen, the record key, or the record button, records the hyperemic response, then is the 0 aortic button. Now the 0 aortic button is only used at the time of install. Then we pair or match this system with the hemodynamic system, so you no longer have to zero the system unless you choose to. The next button is the equalize button, followed by the PV button. Now PV allows the user to input a central venous pressure into the FFR calculation. For an accurate FFR, it's important to remove the resistance to blood flow. A high venous pressure increases resistance to blood flow, therefore a PV value should be used in the calculation of FFR. The RXi is the only FFR system in which the PV value can be easily input. On the bottom of the screen is where we see the FFR values. 10 FFR values can be done per vessel, and 10 vessels can be done for a total of 100 FFRs per patient. The case summary is where all the FFRs can be reviewed. In addition, each FFR vessel can be labeled with the appropriate name, either by picking a name from a bank of names, or the user can free text the name using a keyboard.